Hi there, my name is April Sawtelle and welcome to my channel. Today what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share this little story with you. So what happened is I got a message on one of the comments of my videos I had done, and it was a lady from here in Maine. Her name is Joanne, and Joanne said, is there any way for me to contact you? At the time, and I guess still now, I don't have Facebook or Instagram in the description box yet. I need to do that. I just got these accounts and I need to get that so my subscribers can contact me if they'd like to. So we came up with a solution. We came with a way that she could contact me. And what it was she had made this quilt. She had watched my video. She said, oh, I did all the trim up. I followed your video. It was so helpful. I had said in the video, somewhere in one of my videos, I had said I had a long arm. She said, oh, when I heard that, I was like, oh, this will be so good. Because she needed a quilt quilted quickly. She has a co-worker, a young man, and he is dealing with stage 4 cancer. And things were not going very well at all. So she wanted to have this quilt done for him ASAP. I said, look, I don't quilt for people. All I do is free motion quilt, and I just kind of dabble in it. You know, I just play around with it. I've never done anything like for somebody like that. I would just not quite ready for that. I would if I had if my pantograph was, if I was into that. I've got the pantograph. I just don't have that part set up. I go, but I want to help you. Let me see what I can do. Now, I called this lady. Her name is Candy Strout. And Candy, I have met Candy a couple of times now. We talked about long arms and stuff like that when I bought my long arm. So Candy's very, very busy. And I told her the story. I said, there's this quilt my subscriber has made, and she needs it quilted ASAP. Is there any way possible you could quilt it? And she said, bring it over. And it was that was just so nice of her. You know, usually you wait quite a long time to get your quilts quilted with long armors. So I got back with Joanne. Joanne, yes, I've got Candy. Candy said she'll do it. I can meet with you. So I think Joanne drove about 45 minutes and I drove about a half an hour. So we met at a Dunkin' Donuts, had a coffee. It was so nice. We just got to gab. We talked about everything. So I got the quilt, and now this quilt, you wait till I show you, is beautiful. So Joanne had made the quilt, and she had all of her co-workers sign the quilt. This was so special. So when I left there, I took the quilt. I went over. The next day, I dropped the quilt off to Candy, and Candy was so. I love when I visit with her because she's just full of knowledge, and she's just told me all kinds of fun stuff that I was very interested in hearing. So I take the quilt over to Candy, and then we have to decide what she's going to quilt on it. So Candy had just got this new quilt pattern. It's called Sound and Visions, and she got it with Urban Elements, and she bought it through them. And it's just a continuous squiggly line, and you'll see that on the quilt. So we've both agreed that would be perfect on this quilt, and it was like a jelly roll quilt. It was made with, you know, jelly rolls. So I stayed and visited for quite a while in her sewing room, and she has she has a sewing school, so it's called In Stitches Sewing School, and so she has everything lined up, and it was so nice, and it was so nice to talk to her. Just a nice visit. And so now I'll fast forward. So then Candy calls and says the quilt's ready and I could come pick it up. And it was just a couple of days later. So it was so super fast. I mean, she really squeezed this right in. So I called Joanne, told her the quilt was ready. She was so excited. So she came, we met up again, but this time we met up in a different town. And we went to Dunkin' Donuts again, had coffee, had another fun little visit. I give her the quilt. It was so great. It was just so fun to meet one of my subscribers. I mean, and being right here from my own state just was a lot of fun. So after we met, I was just so happy that Joanne looked me, tried to reach out to me. That was just so nice. We had such a nice visit. So then we end our little visit. She gets her beautiful quilt back. She was so happy with it, so impressed with what work that Candy had done to it. She just loved how Candy had quilted it. So I'm going to show you the pictures. So we get done the visit and Joanne gives me this. So she gave me a whole jelly roll pack of, it came from Anthology, and it's the Pura Vita by Shayla Wolf. This is exactly what she had made that quilt out of. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that. She also gave me this pattern that she had gotten. It was a saltwater taffy pattern by Trisha Lynn Maloney and Orphan Quilt Designs for Villa Rosa Designs. So that was exciting too. So I just thought I'd share that little story. I want to give a shout out to Candy. Thank you so much, Candy, for doing that. That was so nice of you. If any of you are interested in having a quilt long-armed, Candy does do that. I'm going to give you her contact information, her name, and I'll also put it in the description box below. That way, if you do need to ship something out and have it long-armed, it's just nice it's just nice knowing somebody that can do long-arming. And her weight is not that ridiculously long. You're going to have a little bit of a weight, but not really anything too bad. So her name is Candy Strout. She has In Stitches Sewing School in Clinton, Maine. And her phone number is 207-660-2514. And I'm going to also link that below, so you'll have that there. I just want to give a shout out to Joanne as well. Thank you so much, Joanne. I hope your friend is doing good with all of the treatments and stuff. I'm really praying for him. It was a very, very sad story. Cancer just is so awful. I'm sure he absolutely loved his quilt, Joanne. You did a great job. And thank you so much, Joanne, for contacting me. That was just so nice. And thank you for this. I can't wait. Maybe I'll show what I make with this as we go along here. I will very soon be putting out all my tutorials, my new Facebook, my new Instagram, all my contact information. So that will be coming up soon. But for now, you can look below if you'd like to reach out to Candy Strout and have some long-arm quilting done. And you can tell her that April sent you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Remember to keep it simple. Have a nice day. Bye.